Okay, so from that we've got crank now, and it's decent speed, and we've also got spark we saw there. Really great spark actually. So now we're going to put the cylinder head back on, and we're just going to do it without the 2 bolts that were broken. It isn't going to be a great compression seal, but it should be enough to at least make it light off. And we've got some various combustibles to try, see if we can make it fire a little bit. Then once we know it'll run, then it's worth putting time into getting those 2 studs out, put a new head gasket on it, and away you go.
Great.
So we'll just buzz through putting the head back on, and then we'll go live for trying to make it go.
So we've got the head back on with a gaping hole in the compression because we're missing 2 bolts. I have no idea what we're going to find in there. I think we took that apart last year.
Did we?
Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to run it with the air filter on. So all we got to do,
dump the juice in there,
is pour some go-go juice in.
Yeah. We should probably make sure that it spins, but we should have the go-go juice ready so that if it does spin, you just hit it with something. We should try the, what do I do with the juice?
So the first thing we're going to try is throttle body cleaner.
It's flammable and explosive, it's fine.
So I have no idea if this is a useful gasoline substitute, but
I don't know if it's more volatile than gasoline. Someone can let us know in the comments.
And we also have 91 octane gas sitting beside us here.
Smells like quick start. Should be right. Okay. Here goes nothing.
Okay. So before we put throttle body cleaner in it to try and start it, we're going to try spinning it again.
50%. There's nothing.
Do you have the key set on still?
Yeah? I didn't change anything that way. Probably should have checked for spark again before I put it back together, but I wonder if it has.
Now the only snag we might have is there is a sensor on the seat. We don't know if that actually has any effect on this lawnmower to whether it'll run.
Pull the plug back in and double check that we still have spark.
Attempt 2. Just blows up.
Maybe. You never know. You never can tell.
Woo!
Runs. I wish the linkage would work. Hey.
It works now.
We're in business now.
Now we got choke again. It's good.
A little bit of choke. off.
Are you giving it more or less?
Try a bit less, I guess. Should probably spin it with nothing for a second to make sure we're not flooding it. We're gonna be out of juice here soon.
I know I could do it.
Only ever able to make it go when I held it close. I'll try that again.
I think we're too low on juice.
It needs more fuel.
No, it's not spinning fast enough.
It should go. So maybe it's either flooded or it doesn't have enough fuel. Let's try it one more time. And maybe pull the plug and make sure we still have spark and see if it's really wet. Runs.
She works.
Very smoky.
Well, what do you expect? It hasn't ran in 15 years.
And it's got oil in the cylinder. Okay, so it needs more fuel is what it wants, I guess.
Okay, so we've put a little gasoline in it now.
So do you want to hold that? Just keep this end a little bit low. Maybe not too low. That's good. Put it about there so that this pickup's not at the end. So hold it like that.
I really like being right in the exhaust.
You're fine. Totally fine. Actually, I should do this with the other hand so I can do this. I could have turned the starter off while ago.
Works.
It runs with a shithead gasket.
That's impressive.
Shall we put it back together? See if it'll move?
We could. The tires are completely dead.
It might still move. It'll be a very bumpy ride, but it might still move.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna
We should probably put the cooling part back together too.
probably.
Otherwise, well, before we do that, we should. Okay, maybe we're not gonna do that today. Because this should all be
Okay.
cleaned out so that it can actually cool. Otherwise, it's gonna overheat like that. But we could run it again for a minute
Okay.
if you want to.
Sure. More it runs now, the easier it'll be later.
Mint.
Sweet.
Runs like a dream.
So we've decided that we are gonna try and clean it up here today and see if we can get it moved to somewhere that will be easier to work on it in the future.
See if it'll move under its own power. I'll get the cooling fins all cleaned up, get all the shrouding back on and the turbo fan so that it'll actually not overheat, hopefully. And we'll get it running again. It seems to run just fine on its own with some gas in the tank, so we'll do that and then see if the clutch and anything works. Go from there.
we've put everything back together except that one hunk of plastic we forgot about.
Goes underneath here. It's just a spacer. I think that's why it's so far from the tabs, but we'll put that in next time. Not a big deal.
So, like I've probably said earlier, this lawnmower has been sitting in this shed for about 15 years. So the fact that only the flywheel on it seemed to be seized is kind of crazy. And with that unstuck now, and we've shown that it runs, we are now going to try to see if the transmission still functions. And we're going to try to move it from back here out to the driveway where it's a little more practical to work for future installments of this little project we're doing. So without further ado, we're going to try and see if we can get this thing going again and move it.
Have a drive belt.
Really? Well, that explains why it ain't going anywhere.
That sucks. Because it totally would have moved. I don't even know how you get to that. Do it. I guess it wouldn't be too bad. Drive. The transmission would work if you had a belt. I guess you gotta get a belt for it now. Unless you think there's one hanging in the barn or something.
We could go look. We're gonna go see if there's something we can use for a drive belt. Alright, so we went to the local farm equipment store and bought a belt. Now Greg's gonna install this while I hold the tractor from falling on his head. So it should be a good time. Alrighty, so we're gonna make one last crack at this. We got the new drive belt on, and hopefully we'll be able to move it. We should probably put it in neutral.
I did.
So wish us luck. complicated now. No!
Not hard to turn down. It's gotta be just the batteries down. Come on. Seriously? Oh, do it.
So far, so bad.
Booster pack either.
Well,
You got that cat one in the barn, but
there's a cat one in the truck too.
well, we could try that.
But I don't. This time we're going to try a battery. So it shouldn't matter if you're pushing the clutch or not. don't know if the wheels are going to survive this journey. I don't know if those tires are going to survive, but
One way to find out.
ran out of gas.
No, I think the seat switch activated.
Oh,
The belt is not happy though. I don't know if it's running on super rusty sheaves. But
oh, we have proof that it does run and move. So there you guys have it. We got this old lawnmower running. We even got to drive it a little bit. But still a lot of unknowns about its future in terms of come on, go to 0.5.
when I get some tires on it, it'll actually probably drive. Although we might have to put another belt on it now because it's run on the super rusty pulleys. Probably cheap it all up. And it's working harder than the wheels might roll. So.
But it ran, which is a shock.
I drove it up to the back.
We have video proof of it, even though it was kind of shitty video proof of it. I was not really prepared for it to go that fast.
I wanted it to go faster, but it wouldn't.
It has 5th gear.
Yeah, but it's just spinning even the belt when the rim inside the tire.
Anyway, so that's gonna do it for probably the first 2 or 3 chapters of this project. Hopefully 2. Next time we work on it, we're gonna be putting some new tires on it.
Probably another new drive belt.
I mean, the drive belt's $4, so not a big deal. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, leave a comment. If you have something to add or something
You want to see with this project?
subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with all our lawnmower shenanigans. That includes Greg's 600B tractor. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.